should be chiefly about getting computers to do things humans do easily and without thinking, such as seeing and talking, driving and manipulating objects, as well as planning our everyday lives. It should not, he said, be primarily about things that only a few people do well, such as playing chess or Go, or doing long division in their heads very fast, as calculators do. But Michi thought chess was a key capacity of the human mind, and that it should be at the core of AI. And the public triumphs of AI, such as beating Kasparov, the then world champion at chess, and more recently by playing World Championship Go, have been taken as huge advances by those keen to show the inexorable advance of AI. But I shall take McCarthy's version as the working definition of AI for this book. There can, then, be disputes about exactly what AI covers, as we shall see. I shall take a wide view in this book and try to give a quick and painless introduction to its history, achievements and aims, immediate and ultimate. The history is important because although AI now seems everywhere, at least according to newspapers and media, and is pressing upon every human's skill, it has actually been around for a long time and has lapped up around us very slowly. Here is a dramatic example. A road sign was at the end of the driveway of Stanford AI Laboratory when I was there in the early 1970s. It says, "Caution, robot vehicle." This vehicle was rarely seen, and it consisted of 4 bicycle wheels with a wooden tray on top holding a radio aerial, a camera and a computer box. It could be steered by radio, but sometimes ran itself round the driveway steered by the on-board computer. It was, though, far more significant than its absurd appearance. It was the beginning of the US government-funded Moon Lander, later the Mars Lander project, which was set up because it was known that vehicles on either body would have to be autonomous. That is to say, they would have to drive themselves, because they would be too far away to be radio-controlled from Earth. They might fall down a crevasse in the time it took for a radio signal to reach them. That primitive vehicle ran almost 50 years ago, but it is the father of all the autonomous vehicles now being tested on our roads and doing millions of miles a year. Early setbacks to AI. It is important to see how long AI has been gestating, slowly but surely, even though it has been a bumpy ride with major setbacks. For example, in 1972 and 1973, AI suffered 2 major setbacks. The first was a book called What Computers Can't Do by the philosopher Hubert Dreyfus. He called AI a kind of alchemy. Forgetting for a moment that alchemy, an early form of chemistry which posited that metals could be transformed into each other, has actually turned out to be true in modern times with the discovery of nuclear transmutation. Dreyfus's central point was that humans grew up, learning as they did so, and only creatures that did that could really understand as we do, that is to say, be true AI. Dreyfus's criticisms were rejected at the time by AI researchers, but actually had an effect on their work and understanding of what they were doing. He helped rejuvenate interest in machine learning as central to the AI project. The following year, Sir James Lighthill, a distinguished control engineer, was asked by the British government to examine the prospects for AI. He produced a damning report, the effect of which was to shut down research support in the UK for AI for many years, though some work was continued under other names, such as Intelligent Knowledge-Based Systems. Lighthill's arguments about what counted as AI were almost all misconceived, as became clear years later. He himself had worked on automated landing systems for aircraft, a great technical success, and which we could easily now consider to be AI under the kind of definition given earlier, the activity of simulating uniquely human activity.